do you lead AI transformation in a way that aligns business goals, architecture decisions, and Microsoft's AI ecosystem from the start? Hi and welcome. I'm Georgia, lead technical trainer of Microsoft, and in this session we'll cover the architect's role in AI transformation, how to drive adoption across the enterprise, and an overview of Microsoft AI technologies, and finally, how to identify out-of-the-box resources. Let's get started. Here, we'll explore what it means to be an AI architect in today's enterprise landscape. You'll learn how to drive AI adoption and transformation, align AI solutions with organizational goals, and identify the Microsoft technologies that make it all possible. Whether you come from a technical, business, or hybrid background, this part is designed to give you the architectural thinking you need. By the end, you will be able to explain the architect's role, apply the best practices for scaling AI, and identify out-of-the-box Microsoft AI agent resources. Think of this as your foundation for designing AI-powered business solutions that truly deliver measurable value. We will start with the architect's role in AI transformation for businesses. AI transformation is fundamentally a strategic shift. It's not just about deploying models or writing code. It is about rethinking how an organization operates, makes decisions, and delivers value to customers. Your job is to see the big picture and ensure that every AI initiative ties back to a real business outcome. As we move through this section, keep asking yourself, how does this connect back to what the business actually needs? That mindset is your most valuable tool. AI transformation is not a simple technology upgrade. It is a strategic shift that touches processes, people, and culture across the entire organization. As an architect, your role is to ensure that AI solutions deliver measurable business value, not just technical novelty. That means you need to think about compliance from day one, design for scalability so solutions grow with the business, and build in security at every layer. A best practice here is to always start by understanding the business context before jumping into solution design. The organizations that succeed with AI are the ones where architects take ownership of aligning technology with strategy. Remember, if your AI solution does not move a business metric, it is not ready for production. Now let's dive deeper into the specific ways architects drive AI transformation. First, you bridge the gap between business strategy and technical implementation. This is your superpower. You translate what executives want into architectures that engineers can build. Second, strategic alignment means every AI initiative must support organizational objectives, not just be cool technology. Third, solution design is about integrating AI into existing systems, not replacing everything from scratch. Fourth, governance and compliance are non-negotiable. You must establish frameworks for responsible AI use, including fairness, transparency, and accountability. And finally, scalability. The solutions you design today need to grow with the business tomorrow. A best practice is to document these alignment decisions early and revisit them often as business priorities evolve. This table breaks down the 5 core responsibilities of an AI architect, and each one is critical. Vision and roadmap means you define the AI adoption strategy and align it with the business priorities. This is where you earn your seat at the leadership table. Data architecture ensures data readiness and governance because even the best AI model is useless without clean, accessible, well-governed data. Integration is about connecting AI services with enterprise workflows so they actually get used in daily operations. Security and ethics means implementing responsible AI principles like fairness, privacy, and transparency. And performance monitoring means establishing KPIs and tracking whether your AI solutions are actually delivering value. A best practice here is to treat these responsibilities as a continuous cycle, not a one-time checklist. Great architects revisit each of these regularly. This framework can give you a clear, repeatable process for AI transformation. It starts with defining business goals because without clear objectives, you are building in the dark. Next, develop an AI strategy that maps to these goals. Then you can design your architecture, choosing the right services, data flows, and integration points. After that, just implement your solutions using the tools and platforms we will cover shortly. And finally, monitor and optimize performance continuously. This is not a one-and-done process. The Azure Cloud Adoption Framework provides excellent guidance for this lifecycle approach. As a best practice, always loop back from monitoring to strategy. What you learn in production should inform your next design decisions. The best AI architectures evolve constantly based on real-world feedback and changing business needs. Let's discuss here some best practices that you should carry with you throughout your career as an agentic AI architect. First, always start with business outcomes. If you cannot articulate the measurable impact of your AI solution, go back to the drawing board. Second, adopt modular design. This gives you flexibility to swap components, scale independently, and adapt to changing requirements without rebuilding everything. Third, prioritize responsible AI principles. Fairness, transparency, and accountability are not optional extras. These are foundational to trust and long-term success. Fourth, make sure you collaborate across teams. AI is a team sport. You need data scientists, developers, and business leaders working together. And fifth, leverage Azure AI services for speed and reliability. Do not reinvent the wheel when proven enterprise-grade tools exist. So let's say you have analyzed the business and you came up with a plan. Now what? Scaling AI across the enterprise is where many organizations struggle and where great architects truly shine. There are four key pillars here. Automation helps you streamline deployment and monitoring so your AI solutions are not dependent on manual processes. Standardization means using common frameworks and tools across the organization, so teams are not reinventing solutions in silos. Continuous learning is about enabling your models to evolve with new data, so they stay accurate and relevant over time. And user training is crucial because even the best AI solution fails if people do not know how to use it or do not trust it. A great place to start with is the end user and to foster a culture of continuous learning, not just for models, but for people. When you empower users to understand and work alongside AI, adoption accelerates and the business impact multiplies. Now let's explore the Microsoft AI technologies that power these business solutions. This is where the theory meets the toolbox. As an agentic AI architect, you need to know what is available, when to use its service, and how they fit together. Microsoft offers a comprehensive ecosystem of AI technologies, from foundational Azure AI services to embedded Copilot solutions across Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365. Understanding this landscape is essential because your job is to pick the right tool for each business scenario. Over the next few slides, we will break down the core components, walk through the phases of adoption, and see how it all connects into a cohesive system. Microsoft AI technologies are designed to empower organizations to build intelligent solutions that enhance productivity, improve decision-making, and deliver measurable business value. Notice those three outcomes: productivity, decision-making, and measurable value. This should be your North Star when evaluating any technology. The key tools and services span Azure AI, development SDKs, and Copilot solutions. They help businesses innovate, automate, and scale their processes. And importantly, they support enhanced collaboration, which is critical in enterprise environments where AI solutions touch multiple teams and departments. As a best practice, always evaluate technologies against specific business outcomes rather than adopting them because they're new or exciting. As architects, we need to be pragmatic about the tools we select. Let's break down the three core components of the Microsoft AI technology stack. First, Azure AI services. This includes services for vision, speech, and language capabilities, Azure Machine Learning for custom model development, Azure OpenAI Service for generative AI, and Microsoft Foundry for advanced orchestration. Second, Tools and SDKs. Azure Machine Learning Studio gives you a visual interface, and there are SDKs, APIs, and CLI tools for integrating custom AI models into your applications programmatically. Third, Microsoft Copilot solutions. This is embedded AI across Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365 that automates tasks, generates content, and provides actionable insights. As an AI agentic architect, your best practice is to know these components deeply so you can recommend the right combination for each business scenario rather than defaulting to a one-size-fits-all approach. This table provides phase-by-phase guidance that is incredibly useful for planning your AI implementations. Phase 1 is Azure AI Services, which provides AI capabilities via APIs and platforms. Here, you develop, train, and deploy AI models, and the outputs are pre-built APIs, machine learning models, and generative AI services. Phase 2 is tools and SDKs, which enable AI integration and automation. You use SDKs, APIs, and CLI tools for development, producing visual interfaces, and automation capabilities. Phase 3 is Copilot solutions, which embed AI directly into productivity workflows. The outputs here are improved business process efficiency and actionable insights. A best practice for architects is to think of these phases as layers that build on each other. Start with foundational AI services, enable integration through the right tools, and then deliver user-facing value through Copilot solutions. This image visualizes the Microsoft AI ecosystem as a layered architecture, and understanding these layers is essential for any AI architect. At the top, you have Copilot solutions embedded in Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365, which is where end users interact with the AI daily. In the middle layer, you have Azure AI Services, including Azure Machine Learning and Azure OpenAI, which provides the intelligence that powers those Copilot experiences. And the foundation layer includes the development tools, SDKs, and infrastructure that makes it all possible. Your best practice is to design solutions that leverage all three layers cohesively. Do not think these as separate products. Think of them as an integrated stack where each layer adds value. The strongest architectures create seamless experiences that users never realize, span multiple services underneath. Before we move on to the next topic, let's talk about how to ensure your AI implementations actually deliver value. There are three key principles we can follow here. First, always start with measurable business outcomes. Before selecting any technology, define what success looks like in concrete terms. What metric will improve? By how much? By when? Second, implement AI responsibly. The Microsoft Responsible AI principles give you a comprehensive framework: fairness, reliability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. You'll hear me talk a lot about them during this course. They are not just ethical guidelines, they are practical requirements for enterprise adoption, because without them, stakeholders will not trust the solution. Third, leverage cloud scalability for enterprise-wide adoption. Cloud-native architectures allow you to start small, prove value, and then scale across the organization. As a best practice, embed responsible AI checks into every stage of your architecture, from design through deployment and monitoring. Let's wrap up this video with a very important and practical topic. We are going to explore the out-of-the-box Microsoft AI agents and resources that are available for business solutions. This is where things get exciting because there are a lot of pre-built agents and templates that can dramatically accelerate your AI implementations. As an architect, knowing what already exists out of the box saves you from building custom solutions, when a ready-made one will do. This is not about cutting corners, it's about being smart with resources and time to market. The best practice here is simple but powerful. Always check what is available out of the box before designing a custom solution. You'll be surprised how often a pre-built agent or template can solve 80% of the business need right away. These resources include pre-built agents, templates, and tools that integrate seamlessly with Azure AI and Copilot Studio. Here's why this matters to us as architects. These out-of-the-box resources reduce development time significantly, so we can show value to the business faster. They ensure compliance with best practices because Microsoft has already built in governance and security. And they enable enterprise scalability from day one, because they are designed to work within the broader Microsoft ecosystem. A best practice here is to treat these pre-built resources as your starting point, not your endpoints. Use them to accelerate your initial deployment, then customize and extend them to meet specific business requirements. This approach gives you speed and flexibility, which is exactly what business stakeholders want to see from their AI architects. This image shows how all the Microsoft AI agent resources fit together. At the top, you have Copilot solutions spanning Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and the Power Platform, which is where agents interact with end users. In the middle, you have pre-built AI agents and templates that provide ready-made functionality for common business scenarios. And at the foundation, you have Azure AI services and the development tools that power everything. Your best practice is to map business requirements to this ecosystem before designing anything custom. Start with a Copilot layer for user-facing experiences, leverage pre-built agents for common workflows, and drop down to Azure AI services only when you need capabilities that the higher layers do not provide. This top-down approach ensures you deliver value quickly, while keeping your architecture maintainable and cost-effective. Let's review what comes out of the box and their purpose. Pre-built agents automate common business workflows, things like customer service, IT help desk, and HR inquiries that every organization needs. Copilot Studio lets you customize and deploy AI agents with a low-code approach, making it accessible to a wider range of builders. Azure AI services provide foundational capabilities in vision, speech, language, and decision-making that power these agents. And the Scenario Library offers best practices and adoption guides, so you're not starting from scratch. As a best practice, familiarize yourself with a full catalog of pre-built agents and scenarios before any project kickoff. Knowing what is available allows you to give faster, more confident recommendations to stakeholders, and it positions you as the go-to expert on what is possible with AI today. These best practices for working with out-of-the-box resources are essential and very similar to any AI solution design and adoption. First, start with business outcomes before selecting tools. It is tempting to jump straight into the technology, but always ground your decisions in what the business actually needs. Second, use pre-built agents for quick deployment. Speed to value matters, and leveraging what already exists lets you demonstrate impact fast. Third, ensure responsible AI principles are embedded in every solution. The 6 principles of fairness, reliability, and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability apply to pre-built agents just as much as custom ones. And fourth, leverage Azure AI for scalability and compliance. Enterprise-grade solutions need enterprise-grade infrastructure. As a final best practice, document your decision rationale for choosing pre-built versus custom solutions. This transparency builds trust with stakeholders and creates a knowledge base for future architecture decisions. You now understand the architect's role in driving AI adoption and transformation, and why it is fundamentally a strategic role, not just a technical one. You can identify the key responsibilities of an AI architect from vision and roadmap through data architecture, integration, security, and performance monitoring. You know how architects align AI solutions with organizational goals using frameworks like the Azure Cloud Adoption Framework. You have learned best practices for scaling AI across enterprise environments through automation, standardization, continuous learning, and user training. You can easily identify core Microsoft AI services and tools, explore Copilot solutions, and their business value, and understand how generative AI unlocks productivity. And the out-of-the-box Microsoft AI agent resources available to accelerate your implementations. Take these insights forward and start applying them in your own organization. We've covered a lot in this session. There are many ways to continue your learning journey. Keep the momentum going by exploring the rest of the videos in this course or discovering your next favorite topic on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/learn. Thank you for watching, and now you're ready to start thinking in agents, not just applications.